No. Stolitz and Val Angel are not anywhere near the same level. Stolas and Blitz's arrangement was never non-consensual. It was toxic, it was unhealthy, but it was never non-consensual. The reason this distinction matters to me is twofold. One, I think anyone who genuinely claims that Stolas was forcing himself on Blitz is not engaging with the media in good faith, because there are so many other bad things that Stolas does to Blitz, canonically. He belittles him, he treats him as lesser, he definitely fetishizes him, and he overall is not very considerate of his feelings. Even when Stolas is at his best, he is not considerate of Blitz's feelings. And it is mutual. Blitz also is not considerate of Stolas' feelings, just in a very different way. While Stolas kind of assumes Blitz's feelings or corners him into confessing them, Blitz doesn't consider Stolas' feelings at all. Not at first. He straight up pretends Stolas doesn't feel anything so he can, one, not feel bad about manipulating him because that is what Blitz is doing, and two, not have to face his own feelings because that terrifies Blitz. And just like Stolas is kind of using Blitz's status to justify the relationship, Blitz is using Stolas' status to justify his relationship. Stolas is a prince. Princes don't feel anything for people like me, so I can do whatever I want because it won't hurt him. It can't. And this sometimes willful misunderstanding of each other's feelings eventually explodes, and now we are where we are. So for people to ignore all of that and then claim that Stolas is actually forcing himself on Blitz and thus Stolitz is bad and thus hell of a boss is bad feels like a deliberately bad faith read, because that is the one thing the story is explicitly not saying. There are so many reasons Stolitz is toxic, that is not one of them. And the second reason is a relationship doesn't have to be non-consensual to be unhealthy. And that's really important. Your relationship can be consensual and still toxic and still bad. Non-consent is not a requirement. And I think all of those problems with Stolas' relationship then being patched and building to an eventual healthy relationship is a very interesting storyline. I'm not saying I would necessarily be rooting for this couple IRL, but in the context of a story, I think it's cool and I am rooting for them. So yeah, the comparisons between Stolas and Valentino, there's something. It's a take. It's a take people can have.